first misinterpreted song I want to bring up today is a massive one, and I have no idea how we haven't talked about it before. It's Black Sabbath's huge 1971 hit, Iron Man. Short version, this song has nothing to do with the comic book hero. Absolutely nothing. Zero. The name and the lyrics and all the feel for this song came after Ozzy heard the initial riff for the very first time and he felt like it was a giant man made of steel just stomping around. Then look at the lyrics written by Geezer Butler, which basically talk about a guy who goes into the future and he sees the apocalyptic destruction of humanity. So then through that whole wibbly wobbly timey-wimey thing, he goes back in time to warn humanity of their impending destruction, and for whatever reason, they turn him into steel so he can't warn them. Obviously, this pisses him off a lot, and he ends up being the one who starts killing them all and causing that destruction in the first place. Now, I know Hollywood wants you to believe that the song and the comic book character have so much in common, but there is no link there whatsoever except for two words: Iron Man. The second misinterpreted song actually came in via request today, and it's going to be Harder to Breathe by Maroon 5. That's right, I'm gonna talk about Maroon 5. Bask in the irony. Most people believe that, like most of the other songs on that album, this song is about Adam Levine's ex-girlfriend Jane. But it's not. Far from it. It's about another one of the mistresses in his life, the music industry. Basically, this song is all about the massive pressure they got from their label to churn out single after single after single and all the other different ways that the label wanted to manipulate the band. Really, it's that simple. This one is not about an evil woman at all. It's about an evil record label. Now let's cleanse our palate with the final song, and we're gonna talk about Devo's brilliant track, Freedom of Choice. At face value, this one probably seems pretty obvious, but then you remember that it's written by Devo and you have to dig deeper into the words. Written during the Reagan years, this song is actually about the idea of people throwing away their freedom of choice. They were looking at ways that people just threw away that freedom of choice on meaningless things like the stupid Coke versus Pepsi wars that went on throughout most of that decade. The band was trying to point out how mindless consumerism had become at the time and how people were losing grip on what the idea of having freedom of choice was really about. It goes further to talk about how most people just wanted decisions made for them, so freedom of choice had kind of become irrelevant. It's really a rallying cry to take back your freedom of choice, but not in the traditional manner, because Devo thinking outside of the box, well, that's what Devo were all about. In the end, the great thing about music is that you can interpret words in so many different ways, but every once in a while people have it so wrong that I have to step in and set the record straight.